Joe on the road. What is up, everybody? I'm running a little late. My bad. Late night tonight. Had some stuff to do today, so we're gonna play a little bit today, and then I'm gonna go jump in the shower. Pretty simple. We're gonna go fight the fairy guy. That baby. Then we'll go to the other one. Maybe I'll get a few done. Tomorrow's another long day of doing stuff. I'm gonna get up early and start spring cleaning my room and stuff. And rid of all that junk on that desk because I make that like little workstation for like a repair desk. Why do I have to battle him too? I don't like that. They're annoying. We're gonna fight this stupid Dynamax Pokemon. Hurt. Substantially. Substantially enough. Get me in your full restore. Go. This guy is something. Okay. Be a little bit of a tighter battle, but it's okay. Should have used balance. Also. Good job, Cinderace. Great hit. You won't. You won't beat me. Let's get it done and over with. See what he does with Pyro Ball. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, man. I wish I could have shot today. Like, I got all my recording stuff, like, charging and stuff. Last night before I went to bed. I was super stoked. And then when I woke up, it rained. Like, on and off, like, every few minutes. And I don't mean just, like, a drizzle. Yeah, there were some times where it was a drizzle. Like, it just started raining. Like, on and off every few minutes. And the sun came out when I started making... Very annoyed. Very annoyed. Though I had a good dinner. I made fried rice. A stir fry. Beef stir fry. Does he need a Mac? Or he needs a Mac. Why am I here? Am I done? Here, was there not like a thing? That's not. Not try out of the gym. Really me? Not paying attention to what the fuck I'm doing. I'm fucking tired, dude. I got up pretty early. Did a little workout. That sucked. It's only because it's boring. I mean, it's nice pushing myself, but like... I don't like working out with like... Music's fine every once in a while, but I can't do that every day. You know what I mean? Can't really listen to podcasts and do it with no... You can mountain bike with no... I did do today. I did go mountain biking. Took my stuff with me and everything. In case there was a clear moment. Like, the second it got clear... It just... Like, I would stop... Like, I tried. I stopped quite a few times to put on the GoPro and all that. I even left it on for a while. And, it, like, by the time, you know, you actually aren't paying attention to the slick trail. Plus, there was mud all over it. It was not good. Fun to ride, though. Wish there was a way to not get mud or water on the lens. But it's just not possible. I can wipe it every few minutes. Eventually, that's not going to work anymore either. Just never going to win. I mean, maybe I will try it better next time. I didn't bring a rag with me. That's why I took a rag in my pocket. Rag. Actually, whatever. Doesn't even matter. Right. Do shit. What it is. Out of it. I tried. Failed. Tried. Worst part is I even thought about bringing rag with me and I was just like, you know what? Got it. I don't wear gloves. If it's cold, I'll thermal gloves. I don't wear them out. Probably should though. A very nice kid, but a dork, nonetheless. We go to the next stadium. But yeah, I'm gonna try tomorrow. There's supposed to be intermittent thunderstorms though, so I don't even know what's happening there. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit harder to even say than if I'm gonna go ride tomorrow. I guess it depends on when I get done my workout. But and to be honest, I do need better tires for that kind of weather. As well as these tires do. Problem is, they just don't do that well after like riding a boat. They just start to cheap tires. So I gotta get some new tires too. They're just not horrible tires. They're good for the moment, but they're not good for everything at the moment. Probably better on just normal, like dry pack and dry dirt than it is anything. I guess like, you know, when a dirt trail isn't muddy, but it's not like dirt either. It's like that packed, almost mud, like damp dirt, not mud, but damp dirt. Like damp soil. It's like hard. Probably the best. That and dry. Not dry. Loose a little bit because it's. Knobs. I just need a better set. Not horrible for the second. They're not great for the second either. Tires are expensive. Good mountain bike tire, not regular price is going to cost you, hundreds. And you gotta hope they have it in stock in your size. The thing is, I ride a 27.5, so it's not easy to get the tires that I want all of. But it's all a part of mountain biking. Not too bent about it. Better eventually. The real question is when to shoot content. I'm gonna definitely have to do it when I come home on my state. Things like that. I really gotta start meal prepping, which I did today. When I made dinner, I made a lot of extra, so for a couple days. I have at least like 3 days, maybe 4 out of that. And Monday, St. Patrick's Day, so I'll be making dinner again. So I'll have a good bit of food prepped for a while. The only reason I'm making Monday on Monday is because of St. Patrick's Day. Always make corned beef, cabbage. Served with some soda bread that I did not make. Baking is not my thing. Technically, the oven is just. Yeah. I just forget things are in there. Like, I don't put a timer on like an idiot. Just a dummy. Cooking. What I'm supposed to be. Autopilot. Almost. Almond. Not complete. What's up, Ray? How you doing? Pokemon. But maybe tomorrow I can get some trails done. We'll see. There'll be some repeats that I already have, but just switched Pokemon, but this is fine, I guess. It's probably gonna be, I don't know. Exodus. The Pokemon. To use. Which one just hits me? Fucking this. They hit the save, so I guess it's there at that point. But you know, the mountain biking thing will come when I can shoot. I'm just gonna keep my camera on me and keep the batteries. When I can. I always gotta think how much mud is flying up. Let's go. Lenses can only take so much. Wait, he can use regular moves? Oh, this isn't a Pokemon battle. Well, it is. I mean, it's not like a trainer battle. I'm pretty good. Tired. Doing stuff around the house. Worked out. Did a mountain bike ride. Tried to record it. Didn't work out. The water. Raining. It was raining on and off all day. So. Can't really shoot when there's a bunch of water on the lens and stuff. Fun to ride. Not exactly fun to film. But tomorrow we'll get something done. Try it every day until it doesn't happen. Until it happens. Complete. I really don't like rain when it's so nice out. You have to wear a bunch of clothes to go mountain biking. Nice to be able to wear just some shorts, t-shirt. Obviously. Instead of like a coat, boots. You want your feet to be warm. Thicker, nice wool. I use wool socks in the winter. When I go mountain biking in the winter, I mean, plenty of reason to, oh, beneath Hammerlock. Okay. I guess I can heal my Pokemon first. But, yeah. I should have been recording outside, mountain biking all year, but I didn't really mountain bike all that much. Cold. Could have. Fun. The only problem is, again, you have to wear more clothes because you're going to wear at least thermals if it's because the temperatures we were getting. The high was like the 20s. So, sometimes, and usually like mid 20s, not like high 20s. So you're probably gonna want to wear thermal since you're out there for a while. Gloves. Maybe a thicker hoodie than what I'm used to. Definitely some pants. If it's snowing, snow pants. You know. So that's my only benefit to the difference between spring and summer, really. Is that I have to wear less clothes while mountain biking. Like spring, summer, fall. A little bit more for mountain bike, but not enough to really make a big deal. I was just that's really the main. The thing was, I didn't want to put on all those clothes, take them off, wash them. A lot of extra work. Being lazy around. We should be riding. We'll be making as many videos as we can. Maybe I'll do definitely on my ride. One of my rides home this week, I will definitely be recording at least one side of Pine Run, maybe two. See how long that takes, how the weather is, so on and so forth. Okay. Beating you once before, I'll beat you again. He also has a. Whose Surfetch is stronger? We're gonna find out. Why not use Steelwing? Weird. Hey, Brick Break just sucks. That much, but I'd rather use it. Oh, that move that I was gonna teach mine, but I was just like, nah. Hurts a lot. It's a different move. I need to get the rest of it. That's right. So. I'm being sleepy. Scary. I also need to clean my mountain bike really bad now. It's covered in. Probably not too good. By now it's probably dirt, but dirt and stuck with mud that's dried out on the front. Not there, it's getting close. He brought out, what's his name? They're annoying. Person's annoying. Stalling. Yeah, really. Like, I might square it off tomorrow if it's not too wet out. Start raining. No point. I sell my stuff just because of the extra weight of the dirt. Now it's just gonna come back on. I should use bounce. Beat him there too, genius. Go in. Let me in the elevator. Okay. The Master Ball. I was at the Quick Ball. And the Repeat Ball. Or a Pokeball. Oh. Who's not gonna kill him but isn't gonna die for him? I guess Gary. Careful. Oh, I know I can't catch this one. This is a sword one. This was a beat. Wish I had Pokemon. That were health. Which I'm about to do. there and take hits for me. But yeah, nowadays, mountain biking. I wish I just had somewhere to go that I have. Like, I've been to these places before, and I'm sure they've changed over time. I keep running across stuff that changes all the time. But... cool. PGR rolls full restore since you were nice to not to good overnight. Good for him. Yeah, or whichever. I'm gonna beat the. Oh. He's like trying to boost his attack for no reason. The other dog was like, hey, chill out, buddy. Wolf. I can see my eyes. I have sunglasses on. Heal everybody, right? Corviknight took a bunch of hits for me. Get a full restore, sir. Good Virgo. And Cinderace, you're pretty good. Also get a full restore. But yeah, I was looking at mountain bikes, man. I don't know. I was looking at that, I don't want to try it out, but I also don't want to spend the money because I want to buy a better mountain bike than that. No offense. It's not because it's fancier or whatever. It's just the bike that I'm talking about needs a lot of work to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably fine by itself stock, but I would probably want, like, suspension adjustability and all that stuff. That just doesn't really have it. Like, it has it a little bit, but no. Fine tuning. My current fork doesn't have it, and I hate it. Hate it. Motherfucking passion. For real. I tried. Plus, I'm going to full suspension, so I might as well have the adjustability. As much as I can afford for the moment, right? Like, I can't just do whatever the fuck I want. If I, like, came across a bunch of money somehow, I would just go buy a fully decked out, not carbon, because I found, like, no matter how good I am at mountain biking, I'm never going to see the market advance from using carbon fiber versus... Like, I would have to be, like, a pro. Like, no offense to you guys, I get it. There's other reasons, but, like, really, the cost doesn't... I mean, besides, you know, you have the money to spend, but, like, even if I had the money to spend, it'd be hard... You'd be hard-pressed to find me on a carbon bike that isn't... Get out. You know what I mean? They're just too expensive, and they're not worth them. They're not, in my opinion. If you want my opinion, it's the last thing you should worry about. Whether or not, you have a carbon frame. Because to be honest, I like steel frames. I like the way the bikes sound on the trail. They're a little bit thumpier. They feel more solid, and they have a little bit more flex than aluminum. Aluminum's stiffer. But it doesn't feel as solid because it feels light. Carbon feels great. It's light, it's bumpy, it's very nice. But, it's not as nice as you think it is. Like, feels like a lighter version of aluminum to me. It's a little bit stiffer than that, a little bit more compliant at the same time, though. A little bit more compliant like steel, but it's not so much so that it's worth it. A little bit of flex, but not enough to really count. I have real no problems besides that I've had frames crack and stuff that were like the car. It is what it is. I'd rather just have aluminum. Frame cracks, you can weld it. I know you can technically. It's not the same as like welding aluminum. I go to some welding shop that does aluminum. Most do now because. To be honest, I'd rather just have something that doesn't corrode, something that isn't going to break down as fast. Aluminum is probably the best bet. Steel's great, though. I love the way steel is. Feels very flexible, but not so flexible it's sketchy. Just kind of compliant, but not too compliant. It's like steel feels that way. And it's like a little heavier. Kind of feel like when you do a big thing, louder. Makes you feel like you actually did something. Aluminum's loud too, can be. It is a fun thing, man. Probably should want to talk to my mom for a second, but that's... I think steel feels the best. As far as like frames go. Now, bars, I would say handlebars, but the weight difference is enough of a notice. When you're like turning and stuff, like the actual weight of the bike. Now, if you're looking for straight performance, you're going to go carbon fiber just because of the weight. And you're probably going to be way better than me at riding. I don't blame you. But your average mountain biker, that's not gonna be the... And I'm probably at average. I'm not above average. I wouldn't... Might be a little bit below average because I took 3 months off and my cardio... Oh, but the, I think the reality is that, like, even carbon fiber... If people really think that, like, if they spend a bunch of money on a bike, they're going to be better at mountain biking, I'm like, you can do that to a point. Like, obviously, you can get, like, you know, a better fork that is, you know, stiffer and less flexible. You can get better suspension tuning going and all that kind of stuff. That's about it. Like, after that, people aren't even going to be able to do it. Not going to gain. If you're really just starting, you definitely shouldn't be carbon, but never done it before. Yeah, they look pretty. Yeah, they look sleek. Yeah, they look cool, but they ain't worth the money. A good aluminum bike is perfect. Stiff enough. It's tougher than, a little bit tougher than carbon. You don't have to be so careful with like how you like ride your bike. You can be a little bit harsh with it. When I first ride a carbon bike, I feel like I've had frames crack. Granted, they weren't like catastrophic crack. Pressure fracture. And just, you know, hitting stuff hard and all that. Not exactly like it's split and then the bike exploded or anything. Although I have seen that. That is a thing. Right? Just isn't as common as people think it is. But that does happen. People who tell you it doesn't is correct. They're insane for even thinking. Is it the most common occurrence? No. But if you're racing, but let's say you're just someone who likes to do races here and there, and you're just like, you know, someone who's like, you know, let's say you do, or if I was good for cross country, I'll give you that. But like downhill and enduro, like if you're just someone who does it on the weekends and isn't looking to go pro or anything, it's just something that you like to do, you're kind of screwed. Yeah, I would go with aluminum. A little bit tougher, although. Right now, downhill is trying to move to a gearbox, and they're making a huge push on this, and I don't understand why. A gearbox and belt driven. Now, I can see the weight and the unsprung weight argument. I get that. And rear axle weight and stuff like that, but it's not enough to, you know, be like... It's not enough of a thing to change the whole, their whole bike's composition. Now, I will say, having a gearbox for downhill is negligent at best. Because you're talking about a 7-speed, a 1x7, so which means the front's 1, your pedals are, there's no gear changing, but in the back it's 7. They're really tight gear ratios meant for going downhill. It's not coming up. They're literally just park bikes. If you're doing pedaling up too, you're gonna want to be doing either an enduro or a regular trail bike. You know what I'm saying? So, which has 12 gears, by 12s, newer ones, and you can get a 1x11 or 1x10 or 1x8, 1x9, 1x7 as well. But you can also get 3x7, cheaper stuff. Which isn't bad, by the way. Like, when I say cheaper stuff, I don't mean, like, shit. I mean, like, it's just cost-effective. But if you're going to get into it, if you want to get into it and start doing it, it's not the perfect bike, but it's a good bike to grow into, is the Hardtail Ozark Trails. Is a 29er and a 27. I forget the name. But you can change out parts eventually and have a better... a really nice bike setup, like a nice hardtail. You know, get a better fork. The fork's not bad on it. Don't get me wrong. You can use that fork, by the way. That could be your last fork. Because it's a nice fork. It's just a spring fork, nothing too crazy, but you're gonna be able to jump it. You're gonna be able to actually go ride trails on it. You don't have to worry about it falling apart under your weight or your however you're hitting stuff. You know what I mean? Whereas my fork on my bike, I gotta kind of pull it back a good bit. You know what I mean? Going downhill, anyways. Uphill, look. No matter how good I get it uphill, I could literally be the fastest person uphill ever, and I'm still gonna say that I suck at it. Because I do. I just don't ever feel comfortable riding uphill. It doesn't matter how good my cardio is. Doesn't matter how good anything. It's the way it is. Why, I don't know. It just is what it is. Just one of those things I just don't like doing. But I like doing it because it's a good workout. I'd rather just be doing downhill. But I also know I gotta get good cardio to be able to do down. People don't think this, but if you're like actually charging down a hill and about, it is very you call it, it's very, and I mean very cardio and pumping and things like that. You're pumping the bike to the trail and you're trying not to pedal. You're trying to keep all of your speed. And when you do have to pedal, it kind of sucks because you're back at you're probably stuck in 7th. You just gotta go. And that's why I can see gearboxes making more sense there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying gearboxes don't make sense at all. I actually kind of want a gearbox to try it out, but I don't think I would move to belt, to be honest. I think I would just stay at chain. Have to be a chain driven. The belts, I don't know. I know they're reliable. I know they probably last longer. I just don't like the idea of replacing metal chains. Don't know why. I have broken chains. From what I hear, it's not exactly easy to break a belt. Not saying it can't happen, but it's not really about that. It's more just like the way, I don't know, not hearing a chain confuses the fuck. Like, it's just like, okay, it's pretty much what it is. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying the belt drive. Actually, it's probably better than the by a lot. But I just like the idea of a chain. I don't know why. I think it looks better. I think belts look like shit. I don't think you can make them look good. Don't think you can make them look at all. I think it's impossible. It sucks that it's impossible. Right? It does. It does suck that it's impossible. It just doesn't look like it works well. That's all. You know? It doesn't look good. I know looks don't mean much because I'm not very particular on bikes, but I think it takes it out of, I just think it, like, it just looks that bad. You know what I mean? And plus, they're not maintenance free, and they're not what they claim they are. Yeah, you don't have to put oil on it, obviously, but you got to keep them clean. They're probably a pain in the ass to clean after a bike ride in the mud. Like, and you got to keep them clean because you're gonna wear stuff out. You know what I mean? You're gonna, mud and rubber doesn't get rid of grinding away methods. You know what I mean? Mud is very abrasive, and that's why people replace their drivetrain. I would say every year or so, or every 2 to 3 years. I would say every year if you ride in bad weather a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean most of the time, like at least over half the time. Because you're just grinding away that stuff. And that's a thing I gotta think about while riding in bad weather, that I gotta remember that I also need to remember that the more I ride in bad weather, the more I have to replace my cassette, my chain ring, and my chain. So maybe that is a better move, but I'm just not sure. You know what I mean? It's just like one of them things. Not against it, not for it, really. It just looks bad, and I don't see the overall benefit as compared to mine. I know they last longer, but I don't know that in the mud. You know what I mean? Like, because it rains a lot here. If I'm gonna be breaking belts, or breaking cogs on belts because of mud, I can't make that jump. I'm not even saying it's expensive or anything. I'm just saying I just don't think I could do it. Genuinely. I just don't think I could do it. Because it is more expensive. To say what you want about the cost of bike parts, but it's more expensive. More maintenance. I know you don't have to do the gears. You don't have to clean out the gears ever, which is nice. Don't get me wrong. But it's not perfect. And people seem to think it is. But like, I have to ride in a lot of bad weather if I want to ride. Fortunately, I can't record it very. Alright. Damn, dude, he's just fucking up my Pokemon. I'll be right back. I have to take it. Oh. Did I click that on chat by accident? Alright, I'll be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. Really had to go to left field. Anyways. Not really out of left field, but I didn't feel that bad until like 2 seconds before I left. But, one of the funny things I found is that with mountain biking is that it's belt drive kind of reminds me of electric bikes. Like electric assist bikes, not electric throttle bikes. I just don't get the point in the electric assist. I can see it good for training at a certain level, right? Like for an extended period of time. I can see it as a good training tool. And you know, someone who's older, you know, who still wants to mountain bike and is completely healthy, but just doesn't have the same energy as someone who's younger. Understandable, but like, I don't get it other than that. Like, I'd rather just have a bike that you can also pedal, but also has a throttle at that point. Right? Does that make sense to anyone besides me? Like, you can also do pedal assist, but it also, it's just a straight out throttle bike. Like a dirt bike or something. Bike or something. I get it though. I get why people do it. I can see why older people would get people who just have like bad like joints and stuff from years of abuse doing whatever work they do and things like that. But like the point is, like, I get it doesn't stop you from working out, but you just turn it off. Extra weight, things like that. I mean, I'll definitely try it eventually, probably. I have to find a bike that's electric that isn't a bajillion dollars that I actually, you know what I mean? I have to like the bike. I have to enjoy it. But I saw one. I think it's I forget who makes it. I saw one that's both. I'd rather have that. That way I can do both training. And it's kind of a crazy setup. So a little bit heavier, but a little bit better. As far as like just general usage. I can see it in a training way. That's just kind of like when people say training, like you should train on the road and stuff like that for endurance. I'm like, you're not wrong, but you can do the same thing on your mountain bike. The only gear ratio is different is the front. Yeah, they have bigger first gears, but they don't go down really any smaller in the teeth than what mountain bikes have. So don't jump to that granny gear of a 50 tooth on first on a 12 speed or 11 speed or even a 10 speed set that has that kind of jump. Stay in the regular middle range, regular tooth count, and you're good. The front tooth, you can change up to, depends on the mountain bike, but you can change that too. Front tooth count. The crank side. So it's just not much different. They make it sound like it is because, oh, well, you can go longer on a lighter bike because road bikes are lighter by, you know, the size of them. You don't need the crazy impact bracing that on a road bike that you would need, right? And that's just the reality of it. It will, I guess it would build your endurance more. But, like, if you're going to do that, why not jump into another discipline of mountain biking? I feel like you should be training with what you have. At the most, because of the weight differences and all that stuff, you should be building your endurance with the weight that you usually ride at mountain bike. Right? Because what would you rather spend your time doing? Buying a road bike, which you don't really need to train. Maybe change out like a rim set. Maybe change out a cassette. 12 to a 12 speed cassette. Right? That's for road, so it's a little bit closer gearing. And just have like an extra set of rims sitting around. With, you know, I mean, it's a little bit extra money, but you're not buying a whole nother bike. I'd rather do that. Anything. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what I'll end up doing. Eventually. Definitely my next full suspension bike, but what would be optimal is having two. You know what I'm saying? Has nothing to do with what's better. I feel like it's more wasteful though. You know what I mean? Like it also feels kind of more wasteful. Like, well, I ride this bike like 3 times a week to help build up my endurance. But it's not my primary, 2 times a week to help build up my endurance, but it's not my primary. And now if you're a pro, it's a different story, but I'm talking about for people who are like not pro, but not, they do all this stuff for fun. You know what I mean? They do races and stuff, but it's not, like they don't expect to get first. They don't expect to get top 10, whatever, you know what I mean? Because a hobby is a hobby. People want to push that to the side like that ain't true. Fortunately, it is true. Hobbies are true. Hobbies. And like this whole like, don't get me wrong, you gotta like what you're doing, but you don't have to hobby that turns into like actual work. I don't enjoy it. So what I've come to realize, buying more stuff for your hobby doesn't mean you enjoy it more. Especially with past recent years are just not good and not fun. I mean, but you know, it's really up to personal usage. Like I know quite a few mountain bikers that don't even know why they have a road bike. They're better off maybe getting a gravel bike, but they're really better off just getting a cross country. They said to me, they've been thinking like I know one dude who rides. He has a road bike for endurance riding, but he's like doesn't really do it though. Like problem is that like my bike is like 3 times heavier than the average one because he rides it, you know, a high travel trail bike. So it's like a 150 years of rear system, 60 works. And so another thing is that there's like if you have a stiff frame, no suspension frame and fork, you don't have the bob. And to be honest, to overcome the bob, you have to kind of deal with it. And they just don't. So obviously, because there's no bob to it, you know what I mean? So I said get a full suspension, either a full suspension or at least a hardtail, trail bike, trail or a trail bike, cross country bike. Maybe even do a trail bike, hardtail because it's a little bit heavier than. Because you gotta balance that, right? Like I know going for all out endurance is great and stuff, but not gonna fix a lot. It's not gonna fix everything. But I get the idea. It's the same principle as what they do in the military and all the physical fitness they do all day, every day. Same with the carbon fiber, like everyone I know who's bought a carbon fiber bike, they like it, but they're like, it's not really worth the money. They'd rather have an aluminum bike. They like it wasn't worth the money. I'm not gonna be able to put it to its fullest potential, even if I wanted to, and because we're older now, we're not like it's not like we're racing on the weekends. Ride to have fun. Maybe make a little content, whatever. But like, it's all just fun. You know, it's not really for us to sit around and rain our asses off for. Now we do train for it a bit. Like when we go to when we lift weights or whatever, we're doing, you know, like our leg workouts is pretty good. Especially lunges and things like that. Calf raise, anything that's joint related, really. Squats, all of it. Like anything that's compound movement, doing a lot of that. But the thing that we always forget to do is like our core. Because you work on your upper body to get you know, good grasp of everything. The bars, your brakes, all of it. You work on your forearms, you work on your arm. You work on your shoulders, you work on that whole part, but your chest, but you don't really think about your core that much. You probably really should think about our core. But I have to say, 9 times out of 10, when I mountain bike like long distance for the day, the number one thing that will always hurt is your. At least on me, because I work out my legs enough. Not like they're not still get sore, but they won't get like that bad. My abs, my whole core, mostly my abs. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those things. You know, it's not really anything of importance, but it's when you think about it, the money just isn't worth it. And to be fair, nowadays most aluminum bikes are pretty expensive. They're getting up there, and it sucks. So it's still a big difference, but it's not big enough for me to give a shit. You know what I mean? It isn't. Like I said, I like the idea of that, but it just isn't what I was looking for. As far as carbon bikes go, I was gonna get something a little bit better, but guess not. You know what I mean? Actually, I'm not in. But yeah, if you want to get into it, there is some very good, inexpensive options that you can upgrade over time. You can always buy an old mountain bike, you know, and fix her up a little bit. Get new wheels, maybe, and get a new wheel set. The suspension redone. Get the cables and the hydraulics all redone. You know, that would be really inexpensive. A couple $100 here and there. Especially if you do it yourself, it's real expensive. You know how to do that stuff. Or want to learn. Then you have the obvious, like buying a what you would call a Walmart bike, which actually they make some pretty decent bikes now. Schwinn makes some decent mountain bikes. Nothing crazy. It's just got all the things you need. Don't have the only problem with them, I think, is that, in my opinion, the only problem with them is that they are quick release and not through axle. Once you start doing more crazy, like bigger stuff, if you ever get to that point, you're gonna want a through axle because it's stronger. But you can also buy a frame, and if you buy the right like wheel set, you can change the end caps on the hubs, size that you need, and it's not very expensive. It's just like $30. Caps on the front and rear if need be. The only problem with that is that if you're gonna do that, selling a Walmart frame is not gonna be, you know what I mean? It just isn't. So that's another problem because then you can just have a secondary bike and buy a new bike. I did see recently that the Ozark Trail Walmart brand put out a full suspension. I didn't see all the specs on it. Haven't seen it in stores. I kind of do want to try it, but I also don't. Because I have a Schwinn that's pretty nice for the price of it. I upgraded a little bit. It was a 3x7, your normal 3x7 mountain bike drivetrain with tapered bottom bracket like that. I moved it to the SRAM NX or DX or whatever the one is that I got. I forget. It's a 1x12 drivetrain. Put a bash guard / chain retention thing on it. Slapped on some better rotors because my rotors were shit. Put in some new brake pads. That thing drove like amazing. The problem is rides great. Put some metal pedals on because it comes with plastic. Actually, I bought a cheap Chinese brand just to try them out. Not bad pedals. They stick real good. They're pretty tough. The anodization it sucks, but I'm not too worried about that. I don't care what my bike looks like. It's gonna get beat up. It's gonna get scuffed up, especially pedals. So if the color's fading because of sunlight or whatever, they're black. It's nothing special. Kind of like turning a bronze color because, like I said, I don't really care, you know. There are a lot of people who are very picky about bikes, though. Like, I know people who will never ride road bikes of any type. I know people who will never ride a full stiff bike ever. They'll at least have a front fork. I mean, I know people who will only ride full suspension because it's just what they're comfortable with. And I think being training as a normie, like you're not a professional, you're not going to be a professional. You do races for fun. You know it costs you a bunch of money and you're just doing the race. A few races here and there throughout the year, and it's an activity that hobby. So unless you know you can make it, right? Like you can make it to professional mountain biking. Like you have the time, the effort, because it's a young man's game, man. You only do it for so long as a professional. You might be good your whole entire career, no matter how long it is. You only do it for so long, man. There's a lot of people coming up who are going to be retiring because of how crazy it is. And it beats up your body. Even if you have a pretty clean, like not breaking nothing kind of record, still hard on your joints, hard on your bone, hard on everything. I should talk to the actual. It is hard on the body, so you can't. I mean, all of it. At that level, everything's hard on the body. Like that's another thing. I mean, that is another thing. Everything is hard on your body when it's activity. And unfortunately, we age. I mean, like everything, not even age. I mean, just beating something forever and ever and ever. Something's gonna break, right? Yeah. Why can't I get my Pokédex checked? I have the whole thing. Or was that like a person? Someone else. Good for Abra. I don't care about him. I already have a bunch of them weirdos. Wow. Oh, he's at a hotel. But yeah, mountain biking is a fun into. Same with BMX. BMX kind of has the same kind of thing. You can go for a cheap bike, but you're better off just buying a used one. Hell, I remember we actually had this really. I actually had an 80s era an 80s era Diamondback BMX. I replaced the wheels because they were plastic, but it was actually pretty cool. It was a cool, it was baby blue and hot pink. It was pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. But where is he? What floor is he on? How to do? I guess he's upstairs. Don't have a place to really go. I'll just go down one hallway, all the way across. One door. There's the director. Catching charm. Diploma. Got my diploma. Yeah. Shiny charm, yay! We can hopefully run across some shiny. Probably should have did this earlier, like towards the end of the game. Cool. I guess it's just a bit of not really a diploma per se. But yeah, we finished this side. We can just go on to Isle of Armor. And we'll do that tomorrow. Because I'm tired. Bed. Cool. I know it was a short, late stream, but it is what it is. And there's nothing to really do about it. Tomorrow I'll try to be on earlier, but I am doing a lot tomorrow as well. We'll see how early I can be on. I'm definitely going to be on before almost 11 when I got on tonight, so be on a little bit earlier probably. If I can fit in some time tomorrow morning, I'll jump on too, but I doubt that. We'll see. So, have a good evening. See y'all later.